To make a few comments concerning the difference between the Black Revolution and the Negro Revolution. There's a difference. When you study the historic nature of revolutions, the motive of a revolution, the objective of a revolution, and the result of a revolution, and the methods used in a revolution, you may change words. You may devise another program. You may change your goal and you may change your mind. Look at the American Revolution in 1776. That revolution was for what? For land. How was it? Why did they want land? Independence. How was it carried out? Bloodshed. Number one, it was based on land, the basis of independence. And the only way they could get it was bloodshed. The French Revolution, what was it based on? The landless against the landlord. What was it for? Land. How did they get it? Bloodshed. Was no love lost. Was no compromise. Was no negotiation. I'm telling you, you don't know what a revolution is. Because when you find out what it is, you'll get back in the alley. You'll get out of the way. The Russian Revolution, what was it based on? Land. The landless against the landlord. How did they bring it about? Bloodshed. You haven't got a revolution that doesn't involve bloodshed. And you're afraid to bleed. I said you're afraid to bleed. Long as the white man sent you to Korea, you bled. He sent you to Germany, you bled. He sent you to the South Pacific to fight the Japanese, you bled. You bleed for white people. But when it comes time to seeing your own churches being bombed and little black girls murdered, you haven't got no blood. So I cite these various revolutions, brothers and sisters, to show you, you don't have a peaceful revolution. You don't have a turn the other cheek revolution. There's no such thing as a nonviolent revolution. Only kind of revolution that's nonviolent is the Negro Revolution. The only revolution based on loving your enemy is the Negro Revolution. The only revolution in which the goal is a desegregated lunch counter, a desegregated theater, a desegregated park, and a desegregated public toilet. You can sit down next to white folks on the toilet. That's no revolution. Revolution is based on land. Land is the basis of all independence. Land is the basis of freedom, justice, and equality. The white man knows what a revolution is. How do you think he'll react to you when you learn what a real revolution is? You don't know what a revolution is. If you did, you wouldn't use that word. A revolution is bloody. Revolution is hostile. Revolution knows no compromise. Revolution overturns and destroys everything that gets in its way.
Nvugu Nyosi, Black revolutionary now. Today is May 19, and May 19, 1925, El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, Malcolm X, Omar Wali was born. And today, in 2025, May 19, Malcolm X would have been 100 years. So we celebrate this great ancestor on his Earth Day, on his solo return. We celebrate him, and we need to celebrate our ancestors. We need to pay homage, because if we don't, who else will? And we need to celebrate and make sure the black babies hear this message so they could grow up and hear about this great ancestor. So a Black Power salute to Malcolm X on his Earth Strong. We celebrate this warrior, and we celebrate this revolutionary fighter who died, who literally died on our behalf, because he wanted to see his people be free, mentally, psychologically, physically, on every level. And of course, today it is very fitting because he has so many speeches that he have done in his lifetime. One of my favorites, and I did a video last year on it, is The Ballot or the Bullet. Great speech. You never heard it? You have to go hear it. Powerful, powerful. But it's a particular speech he did in the early 60s where he's talking about revolution and how some black people talk about revolution, but they don't really understand and really know what a true revolution is. Revolution is bloody. Revolution is not on the internet, on YouTube, on TikTok. Yeah, we could call that part of it, and we could rally and spread the word. But when we're talking about changing the geopolitics of a people worldwide, a physical revolution is necessary. And of course, we see the blueprint that is happening right now in the Sahel area, West Africa, with Mali, Niger, and of course, Burkina Faso, where we see a true turning of a nation, a black nation, that is freeing itself from neo-colonialism, freeing themselves from the savage, these criminals, these evil people who still is trying to stifle and enrich themselves off of this black nation. So I wanted to play a video on Malcolm X breaking down revolution. Revolution is not comfortable. Revolution is bloody. And just the same way how Malcolm X literally died for us, we have to be willing to die for our children. Yes, it is the only way we could change the climate of our people globally. It is the only way. So we can't be intimidated, we can't be scared, we're gonna die one day anyways. So you might as well die for something that your kids and grandkids could benefit from when you're gone. Very important. So I think it's fitting in 2025 to see a revolution in the Sahel area that is happening right now with black people. And a speech that Malcolm X did over 60 years ago, where he's talking about revolution gonna change your situation. You know, he's talking about Vietnam, how a revolution bring change to those people. Right? We talking about China, that bring a change, a revolution change those people in China to make them what they are today. So when we look into the future of how we want to see our grandbabies live in this world, the revolution have to happen today in order for us to change that climate into the future. And of course, Malcolm X's favorite quote is, by any means necessary. So we can't be scared to change what we know is just. We can't be scared to change what we know we need to do. You know, we see it every day. We know the history. We see and know what we need to do. You know, we read all the books, we watch all the documentaries, we see all the grand master teachers break it down. What are we gonna do? Just continue doing the same thing for another generation, so another generation could inherit the same white supremacy system? No. We fight, we win. Let that sink in. We fight, we win. That is the message I want to give to my people. And we had all these great ancestors, of course, like Malcolm X, who sparked that thought, who sparked that idea, who sparked that ideology, who sparked that wisdom, that knowledge, that boldness. He sparked that for us to do something today in 2025. So salute, a Black Power salute to Malcolm X on his earth strong. He lives on in us. He might be physically gone, but his energy, his spirit, his wisdom, his words still resonate in us today to fight on, to make our children live in a better world. Peace and Black Power. Black revolutionary now.
You can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that.